You are one, we are one.
I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one. I'm one.
We're one.
I'm one.
We're one.
I'm one. I'm one. I'm one.
We're one.
I'm one.
We're one.
I'm one. I'm one. I'm one.
We are one.
I'm one.
Good evening, high school football fans. I am Adam Drovetta, and this is high school football coverage of the second round of the Acacia 6A playoffs between the Olathe North Eagles and the Lawrence Lions. Lawrence earned a win last week against Blue Valley Northwest, and Olathe North beat Blue Valley West to advance to this game. We are here at ODAC, and we are ready for this second-round playoff matchup. We'll keep an eye on the Blue Valley versus Olathe South game, as the winner of this will play the winner of that one. So we'll keep an eye on that and some more scores. And as always, you can check all the scores you want over at 810varsity.com. And here's Olathe North starting the game with the kickoff, and that will be returned by Lawrence up to about the 34-yard line, where the Lions' offense will get going. These two teams met one another in the regular season, and North won that one 33-28, and that actually began a 5-game winning streak for Olathe North, where they really closed out their season strong, and it turned out to be the 3 seed in the East. And so that is an impressive run there for Olathe North. Dante Jackson, the Lawrence quarterback, will start here in shotgun, and he will keep it himself. And Jackson is forward for maybe about 2 yards, and we're looking at 2nd and 8 here for Lawrence. Looked like Rediger was in on the stop there, and now Jackson is joined in the backfield by Angel Garcia, and Garcia will take it up the middle, and he should have enough for a first down. No, they'll mark him just short. He's up to the 43-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 1 coming now for the Lions. And no huddle continuing here for Lawrence as Garcia takes the handoff from Jackson. He has plenty enough for the first down. He'll get up to, looks like the 47-yard line, so Lawrence looking at 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs for the Lions from the 47-yard line. Rediger in on the stop there for Olathe North, so a couple tackles for him already tonight as Jackson is back to throw, and that one is complete to Dudley, and Dudley's up the sideline and forced out of bounds inside Olathe North territory up to the 41. That'll be a 1st and 10 for Lawrence. So Jalen Dudley gets his first catch of the evening on Dante Jackson's first pass attempt, and the Lions are in business down to the 40 of Olathe North. Jackson will keep it himself. He's met in the backfield, but dodges one tackle and gets forward to the 38 for a 2-yard gain. So Lawrence coming out with a 2nd and 8 now. Looked for a second like Jackson would be stopped in the backfield, but was able to break the grasp of the Eagle defender. Garcia takes that handoff, and he is pulled down. He drug. Looks like that was Drew Rediger. So he drug Rediger for a few yards before Rediger was able to bring him down. So Garcia gets a few yards out of that. And now we're looking at 3rd and 5 here for the Lions. Jackson looks back toward the Lawrence sideline for the signal, and he readies himself for the shotgun snap. Snap comes chest high. Jackson looks to throw, and now he will tuck it and keep it himself, and it looks like he has just enough for a first down up to the 30-yard line. Haven't got an official ruling yet. Well, he may be short now, so we may be looking at 4th and 1. So, yeah, 4th and 1 now coming for Lawrence. They make a few substitutions, and I wonder if they're just going for similar to a goal line situation where they just need a yard or a half yard for this first down. Jackson now under center, and he might have been stuffed. Looked like the handoff went to Cole Mondi. Not 100% sure who had that foot. That was Cole Mondi, and Mondi did not get a yard, so a huge stop by Olathe North after Lawrence had a few good plays to get all the way down to about the 31-yard line. Olathe North holds strong on that 4th and 1, and the Eagles take over. And Javon Parrish starts in at the quarterback position. Expect Zach Krause a little later as Parrish, takes the shotgun snap and gets forward for about 4 yards up to the 35, bringing up 2nd and 6 here for Olathe North. So both of these offenses will run a no-huddle attack. Arlen Bruce IV joins Parrish in the backfield. And Bruce fumbles the ball, and Parrish has to jump back onto it. So North able to recover it, but now they're faced with 3rd and 10. Arlen Bruce received the handoff from Parrish and was hit immediately, fumbled the ball, and Parrish dove right back on top of it. So a heads-up play from Javon Parrish avoids complete disaster. But now the Eagles facing 3rd and 10 to go. And Sanchez will take that handoff in motion, heads to the left side, and he actually lost a yard, so 4th and 11 coming for the Eagles. E.J. Jewsom was there in on the stop, and so loss of a yard, it brings up 4th down, so a 3 and out for the Eagles. Mason Myers back in punt formation. And looks like Boydo will field that punt and come around the left side. Boydo's up the sideline, and was in bounds for a moment and forced out. So that was Iko Boydo. And so Lawrence has terrific starting field position on this drive. They will start at about the Olathe North 31 after the punt from Mason Myers. So Jackson joined in the backfield again by Garcia. And Jackson took it, faked the handoff to Garcia. Only got forward for 1, so it'll be 2nd and 9 here for the Lawrence Lions. Ryan Huck there in on the stop by Olathe North. A lot of running so far in this game. Only 1 pass, I believe, so far. And now here's the second pass, and that one is complete and caught by Iko Boydo, who just had that terrific punt return, and now Boydo gets forward inside the red zone and inside the 15, in fact. So Lawrence will get it 1st and 10, not quite inside the 15, I beg your pardon. Inside the 20, however, and Lawrence will have 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line as Jackson takes the snap, and he will fake the handoff, keep it himself, and now he tucks it and is brought down in the backfield. Looked like that was, once again, Rediger in on the stop, and Rediger got him for a loss of 4, so that brings up 2nd and 14 from the 20. Good tackle there by Drew Rediger. He's been all over it tonight so far for the Olathe North defense. And it looks like Lawrence will have to call a timeout. So that'll be a timeout, Lawrence, and we will take a quick break with them. No score here, 6:12 left in the first quarter. You're listening to high school football coverage on 810varsity.com. Welcome back into Olathe District Activity Center. Adam Drovetta here for 810varsity.com. Lawrence forced to call timeout ahead of that second and 14 play as the play clock was running down. And now Dante Jackson in the backfield for Lawrence takes the snap, and he's looking to throw, getting chased down, and he'll come around the right side. He's still in bounds, and he's able to just gain a yard. It looked like he was going to get sacked for a loss of 8 or 9, but he was able to escape disaster. That does bring up 3rd and 13 as Dante Jackson was only able to get forward to the 19-yard line. So 3rd and 13 coming here for Lawrence. Garcia flanking Jackson in the backfield. Jackson takes another shotgun snap. He's looking to throw. He's got all sorts of time dancing around in the backfield, and he's met and brought down. Looked like first contact came from D'Artagnan Harris. And it was finished off, I believe, by Rediger. So that sack was about a 7-yard loss all the way back to the 26-yard line. So 4th and 20 here coming for Lawrence, and we'll see what they choose to do. Not sure they're close enough for a field goal, but they are too close for a punt. They're going for it on 4th and 20. Jackson looks to throw, and he's got a man in the end zone, and that will be – is that caught? No, out of bounds. Looked like it was intended for Jalen Dudley. That would have been a tremendous pass and catch. And Dudley just could not come down with it, so that results in another turnover on downs, and Olathe North will take over. So that's twice now that Lawrence has gotten deep into Olathe North territory, but each time Olathe North was able to stop them on 4th down and force a turnover on downs. And here comes the Olathe North offense. Bruce joins Parrish in the backfield. Javon Parrish in shotgun formation. And that play clock runs down. Were they able to get a timeout in time? No, that is a delay of game, so it'll bring it back to 1st and 15. A Lawrence defensive player came on really late after they broke the huddle. I don't know if that resulted in, beg your pardon, a little bit of confusion. Nonetheless, it was a delay of game, and now North facing 1st and 15 as Parrish takes this one to the left. He is fighting a tackler, and he was brought down by Jalen Dudley. So Dudley playing both sides of the ball as he forces a loss of 2, and was misreading the yard markers. I forgot about the penalty. So Parrish was able to get 3 out of that, but it does bring up 2nd and 12 here for the Eagles. Now it looks like Bruce is in the quarterback formation. He'll hand it off to Damon Sanchez, and Sanchez gets a yard, so that will bring up 3rd and 11. Jarrell Dye was in there on tackle, so Sanchez only got 1 out of that. Now it's 3rd and 11. This quarter going quickly as we're already under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Zach Kraus, now the more usual time quarterback for Olathe North, mainly in passing situations, and now Kraus is in shotgun formation. He looks to pass, and that is a first down and more to Devin Stoker, and Stoker is across the 50. So a nice pass and catch there to Devin Stoker. And after a pass that only went in about 4 yards in the air, Stoker did the rest of the work and got all the way forward to the Lawrence 45-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Olathe North, their first time tonight on the Lawrence side of the football field. And it looks like Bruce is back in at the quarterback formation, and there's a handoff to Stoker, and that goes nowhere. Devin Stoker loses a few yards. Back to the 48, and that brings up 2nd and 13 here for the Eagles. So Bruce in shotgun formation here for the Eagles. He's flanked to his right by Damon Sanchez. Bruce keeps it himself, cuts up the middle, gets a few yards, so he makes up for that initial loss on 1st down, and that will be a more manageable 3rd down, as the Eagles will have 3rd and about 7 to go from the 42-yard line. It looks like Sanchez will take the snap this time, so far 4 different Eagles have taken snaps at quarterback tonight. And now here is Sanchez. He goes to the right, and Sanchez is in the open field and brought down at about the 20. Looked like it could have been a horse collar, but there's no flag. But a 22-yard gain by Damon Sanchez sets up 1st and 10 at the into the red zone from the 20-yard line for the Eagles. Sanchez still at the quarterback spot for the Eagles. About 5 seconds left on the play clock, and they are able to get the snap off. Here's Sanchez. And Damon Sanchez is forward to the 10, looks like the 9, so 1st and goal coming for the Eagles. Olathe North in business now as they're looking at 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Sanchez again in quarterback position from the right hash. Sanchez will keep it, and he's coming around the right, now cuts it back up the middle, and he gets forward to maybe the 8, so gain of 1 or 2 yards, and that will be 2nd and goal here for the Eagles. And here comes Javon Parrish back in. And Parrish takes the snap. It's a little high, but he cuts up the middle. And that looks like he'll be down to the 3-yard line. So that'll be 3rd and goal from the 3 here coming for Olathe North. Crucial set of downs here for both teams. If you're Lawrence, you'd love to keep them out of the end zone, and obviously North would want to be the first team on the board here in the first quarter. Should be the last play of the quarter if they're able to get it off. 7 seconds left in the quarter, and they may just be content to let this clock run down. And indeed, that does bring the end of the first quarter, so we'll switch sides of the field. When we come back, Olathe North will be facing 3rd and goal from the 3. You're listening to high school football coverage on 810varsity.com.
I'm one.
Welcome back to the Olathe District Activity Center. Olathe North knocking on the door of the end zone, facing 3rd and goal from the 3. No score as we begin the second quarter. Javon Parrish is in at quarterback for Olathe North. This has been the best drive so far by Olathe North. Their first one resulted in a 3 and out. Parrish keeps that one, goes right up the middle, and he is taken down. No signal yet. It looked like he was down at about the 1, and they'll say 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. So you'd have to imagine if you're Olathe North, now they may go for it, but they do have a good kicker in Jacob Large, but I do think they're going to keep their offense on the field, and they will. Sanchez readies himself for the snap. 1st and goal from the 1. Beg your pardon, that's Parrish. Parrish is stuffed, and he will not score. So on Lawrence's first drive, Olathe North got a big 4th down stop, and now here Olathe North is the one stopped by Lawrence, and the Lions will take over from their own 2-yard line. So a big, big stop by the Olathe North, or by the Lawrence defense. We'll get a score update here for you momentarily. Garcia joins Jackson in the backfield. Jackson is looking to pass, and he will get it forward. And that will be enough for a 1st down. Looks like that one goes to Jalen Dudley, so that gets him all the way up to the 16-yard line. So now a little more breathing room here for Lawrence as they face 1st and 10 from their own 16. Jackson keeps it himself, goes right inside. He's met by, looked like a combination of Rediger and Parrish will be credited for the stop, and forward to about the 19-yard line, brings up 2nd and 6 here for Lawrence. Trips wide to the right, one wide to the left, as Jackson takes the shotgun snap, and he will fake the handoff and throw, and that is incomplete. It was intended for Ekau Boydo, and Boydo was not able to reel it in, so it falls incomplete, and now 3rd and 6 here coming for Lawrence. Jackson takes the snap here on 3rd down, throws it, and that was short. Looked like it was intended for Dudley, but falls incomplete, so that's 4th and 6. So this would be a big stop. This is a big stop, I beg your pardon, for Olathe North. And Damon Sanchez is back to take the punt as Jackson is in punt formation. So there goes the punt. Sanchez flies over his head, and he'll just let it go. And that will roll to the 30-yard line, where it is down there. So here comes Olathe North trying to get in the end zone this time. Want to note Olathe South and Blue Valley are tied at 7 apiece. We'll keep an eye on that one as the winner of that game will play the winner of this game. Bruce will take the handoff, and here's a reverse. Not sure who grabbed the reverse on the handoff. That was Stoker. Stoker only got about 2 yards. That brings up 2nd and 8 here to go for Olathe North. Bruce in at quarterback position, and he will keep it himself, and now cuts up forward, and looks like he'll get forward to maybe the 36-yard line, so that brings up 3rd and 4 here for Olathe North. Sanchez this time will take the snap. Looks back to the Olathe North sideline for the signal. Under 10 seconds here to go on the play clock. Sanchez takes the snap and he cuts forward. That'll be enough for a first down just on the other side of the 40-yard line. So new set of downs here coming for Olathe North. Sanchez and Bruce in the backfield. Looks like Bruce will be the one to take the handoff, or the snap, I beg your pardon. He will, and he'll cut up the middle and get to the 45, now the 46-yard line, and so that'll bring up 2nd and 5, maybe even 2nd and 4. It looks like Bruce was able to get forward to the 47, so good first down run there by Arlen Bruce, the 4th. Sanchez going to take the snap here, I believe, on the 2nd and 4 play coming for the Eagles. 5 seconds now on the play clock, and Olathe North will be forced to call a timeout. We'll take one with them. No score here, 8:17 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to high school football coverage on 810varsity.com. Welcome back into Olathe District Activity Center. I'm Adam Dravetta, joined alongside John Lane and Josh Chance. And here comes a 2nd down and 4 play for Olathe North. We have no score between Olathe North and Lawrence. As Sanchez takes a shotgun snap, he'll cut up the middle, gets ahead of steam, and Devon Sanchez cuts it back, and he will be brought down at about the 16 or 17 yard line, but gets deep into Lawrence territory. Terrific run there by Damon Sanchez on 2nd and 4. 1st and 10 coming from the 17-yard line as Sanchez readies himself for another snap. Looks back for the signal from the sideline. And Sanchez again. Oh, and he trips. He looked like he was going forward, but he tripped. A little bit of a turf monster, I guess. And that goes back to the 20-yard line. So that will bring up 2nd and 13 here for Olathe North. And there's a penalty flag, and there will be an illegal chop block on Olathe North, so that will bring it back even further. And that is a 15-yard penalty, so we'll repeat 1st down, but tough penalty against Olathe North. Backs them up. They had terrific field position at the 17, and this one backs them all the way up to the 35. And they now face 1st and 28 to go. Bruce about to take the shotgun snap, and he keeps it, goes right up the middle, gets a few of those yards back, looked like he's forward to the 30. So 2nd and 23 now coming for the Eagles. So long ways to go. Sanchez and Bruce in the backfield. And Bruce will take it, and he looks to pass, and Bruce has a man open! Touchdown, Olathe North! No, it did not get into the end zone, but it will be 1st and goal. Looked like Jacob Large on the catch all the way down to the 1-yard line. Thought he got into the end zone, but nonetheless, it will be 1st and goal from the 1 here for Olathe North. So the first pass of the game, or second pass, I beg your pardon, first for Arlen Bruce. And Lawrence is going to be forced to take a timeout. Their second timeout of the half. We'll take one with them. 6:51 to go in the half. No score, but Olathe North knocking on the door. This is high school football coverage on 810varsity.com. Welcome back to Olathe District Activity Center, where the Eagles and the Lawrence Lions are tied with no score. However, Olathe North threatening from the 1-yard line as Zach Kraus readies himself for a snap under center, and he will keep it himself, push forward, and that should be enough. No signal yet. And there's the signal. Touchdown, Olathe North. Zach Kraus gets in on the 1-yard play. That was set up by a terrific pass from Arlen Bruce to Jacob Large on the previous play that got North all the way down to the 1-yard line, and North strikes first. Eagles are up 6-0 with the extra point coming here from Jacob Large. And the kick from Large is up and good, makes it 7-0. So 7-0, Olathe North with 6:44 left in the half. So after the offenses were able to get quite a few yards in the first quarter and the early part of the second quarter. They were not quite able to get it into the end zone, but there, North able to push through and get on the board, so they are up 7-0. 6:44 left in the half, so a lot of game here to go. But you know the Eagles are very pleased to be the first on the board, especially after their previous drive when they got all the way down to the 1-yard line, but they were unable to cash in. So we have 7-0 here. Lawrence now trails, and Jacob Large back to kick. Boydo and Dudley back deep to receive this kick from Olathe North. And Large sends a short kick, and that will be taken at about the 30 and brought forward only to the 32. So now Dante Jackson and crew will try to get things going for Lawrence as they now trail 7-0, 6:40 to go in the half. Another score update, Olathe South and Blue Valley still tied at 7. So a bit of a surprise early on there. Most people, I think, expected Blue Valley to have little trouble with the Falcons, but it is tied. We'll keep an eye on that one. Winner of that one will face the winner of this one, as Jackson keeps it himself, and he'll now pitch it to Garcia, and Garcia gets forward for maybe 2 yards up to the 34-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 8 now for the Lions. Jackson will hand it again to Garcia. Garcia gets forward for about 3 yards, so that'll bring 3rd and 5 now from the 37-yard line. Jackson now looking to throw, and that one will be caught by Boydo, but he only gets forward to the 40, so that will bring up 4th and about 2. We'll see what Lawrence elects to do. Dante Jackson is their punter, so he very well could stay in at quarterback position and still send away a punt. Looks like Olathe North's expecting a punt, as Damon Sanchez is back deep to receive one, and Jackson will line up deep. So there could be, this may be a territory for a fake. No, Jackson will send it away, and Sanchez will let it roll to the 24, kind of rolls backwards there to the 25, so Olathe North able to force a 3-and-out, and the Eagles will take over with a 7-0 lead. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Sanchez and Bruce in the backfield. They've kind of been taking turns taking the snaps. And this one, it looks like will go to Arlen Bruce. And fakes the handoff. Bruce keeps it himself, and he is around the right side and taken down, and that will bring up 2nd and about 3 to go, or 4, beg your pardon, to the 31-yard line, so 2nd and 4 coming. Sanchez and Bruce in the backfield. Sanchez going to take the snap here. Keeps it himself, cuts right, now back toward the middle. Sanchez forward for enough for a first down. And up near the 45 to the 43-yard line.
Bear front. Looks like it's going to be a bear front.
So Bruce comes forward after taking the snap. Legs churning. Arlen Bruce gets another first down for Olathe North up to the Lawrence 45-yard line. Would be a big drive here if Olathe North is able to get another score, as they will receive to start the second half. Bruce takes a shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and plugs forward for about 2 or 3 yards. Olathe North has 2 timeouts left as we are nearing the 3.5-minute mark in the second quarter. Bruce to the right and still on his feet to about the 38-yard line. So about a 5-yard gain brings up 3rd and 3 here for the Eagles. No huddle attack continuing now for Olathe North. Sanchez and Bruce together in the backfield. And I think Sanchez will take this snap and heads to the left side, finds some blockers, and Damon Sanchez is forward, and he's going to score! Touchdown, Olathe North! 38-yard touchdown run by Damon Sanchez. And the Eagles are up 13-0, under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jacob Large in to attempt the extra point. Up and good. 14-0 now, Olathe North. So after getting stuffed and some stagnant offense early on for Olathe North, they've been able to score in their last 2 drives. And with 7 minutes left in the half, it was 0-0. And now all of a sudden with 2:46 left in the first half, it is 14-0, Olathe North with the lead. So a couple of great drives conducted there by a combination of Damon Sanchez and Arlen Bruce. And a lot of this was started, looked like Olathe North was in trouble after a penalty on their previous drive, but Arlen Bruce was able to hit Jacob Large for a big gain down to the 1 on the previous drive, which ultimately set up a Zach Krause touchdown that made it 7-0. And then the combination of Bruce and Damon Sanchez on this last drive just went right at the heart of the Lawrence Lion defense. And all told, it's 14-0 Olathe North. These teams met earlier this season. North won that one. It was a 1-score game. 33-28 was the final score. So they are familiar with one another, being Sunflower League rivals. And Jacob Large's kick is taken at about the 5. And now forward to the 16-yard line after some good kick coverage by Olathe North. Hobson there on the return. And that sets up first down from the 16-yard line here for the Lawrence Lions, down 14-0. Jackson will take it. Now he'll pitch it out to Garcia, and Garcia is stopped. Looked like he lost a yard. So that brings up 2nd and 11 to go for Lawrence. Stoker was in on the tackle. So Stoker and Drew Rediger have been in on quite a few tackles for the Olathe North defense. They're having a good night. Jackson and Garcia in the backfield. Trips wide to the left and here to the near side, one wide. And Jackson will look to pass, and he will launch it, and that will be almost picked off. The closest receiver in the area was Jalen Dudley, but I think there was some miscommunication because Jackson launched it, and that was about 10 yards beyond the reach of Jalen Dudley. So that brings 3rd and 11 as we go under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Trips to the left and a lone receiver here to the right. Dante Jackson looking to pass, and now he'll tuck it himself and run, and he will gain maybe 2, looks like no yards, maybe a 1-yard gain, so that brings up 4th and 10, and Olathe North does have 2 timeouts left. Will they choose to take one here? So Olathe North will take their 2nd timeout of the half. We'll take it with them. 1:43 left to go in the half. 14-0. Eagles lead the Lions. This is high school football coverage on 810varsity.com. Back in Olathe District Activity Center where Olathe North leads Lawrence 14-0. I am Adam Drovetta. Lawrence facing 4th and 10. Olathe North will have another chance to score before halftime as Jackson sends that punt skyward. It lands at about the 50 and bounces forward inside the 40 to the 35. Under a minute and a half to go. Olathe North will get the kickoff, will receive the kickoff to start the second half, so this will be very big if they're able to score here as we're under a minute and a half to go. North has 1 timeout. They already lead 14-0 as Sanchez and Arlen Bruce IV ready themselves in the backfield. Looks like Bruce will take the shotgun snap, and he will keep it and head to the right. Now cuts back toward the middle. He's still on his feet. Broke a couple tackles. Arlen Bruce IV is forward to the 50, to the 40, 35, 30, down the sideline, inside the 20. So Bruce broke a couple of tackles. Looked like it would have been a loss, and he's all the way forward inside Lawrence territory, way down inside the red zone, to the 19-yard line, 18-yard line, I beg your pardon. So Bruce and Sanchez once again, and it looks like Bruce will take the snap. Beg your pardon, that is Sanchez taking the snap, and he goes to the left and now cuts it forward. Gets out of bounds, maybe to the 16-yard line, so a gain of about 2, but that does stop the clock as Damon Sanchez was able to get out of bounds. And that will bring up 2nd and 8 here from the 16, 1:09 left in the second quarter. Sanchez takes the snap and heads to the right, And he breaks one tackle and gets forward. Damon Sanchez still up, and he is out of bounds at about the 2 or the 3 yard line, but that will be plenty enough for the first down regardless. Brings up first and goal. Looked like to the 2, so 14-yard gain by Damon Sanchez sets up first and goal from the 2 yard line. And Javon Parrish comes back in at quarterback for the Eagles. Ref signaling timeout. Not sure what I guess a reset of the play clock was the reason for the timeout. So Javon Parrish in shotgun formation takes the snap, goes right up the middle, falls forward, and he is in for the touchdown. And Olathe North has broken this game open. It is 20-0 Eagles as we go under a minute to go in the first half. And keep in mind, the Eagles will get the ball to start the second half, so this has been a huge few minutes. It was 0-0 with 7 minutes to go, and there's the Jacob Large extra point. It is good. So as I mentioned, it was 0-0 with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. And since then, the Eagles have found the end zone 3 times, and they now lead 21-0 with 57 seconds to go in the second quarter. The North defense has also stepped up huge in recent drives, forcing a few 3-and-outs. Lawrence was able to get deep into Olathe North territory early on, but they have not gotten much going offensively since then. So both sides of the ball have really been dominating over the last half quarter or so, and that has resulted in a 21-0 lead for the Eagles. Large sends the kickoff, a short one, taken at about the 30, and will get forward maybe to the 35. And with 52 seconds left, Lawrence has a timeout. And Dante Jackson does have an arm on him, so I would expect them to go for it once or twice. Jalen Dudley and Ekau Boydo have both proven to be effective receivers so far tonight for the Lions. And as I mentioned, 1 timeout left from the half for Lawrence, so from the 35, they'll have a shot and a pretty critical drive. Trips wide to the far side, 1 wide here to the right. Garcia joins Jackson in the backfield. And he will take the handoff and be stuffed in the backfield. Looked like that was Drew Rediger. Rediger has been a nightmare for the Lawrence offense, much to the delight of the Olathe North defense. As we approach 30 seconds to go here in the half, I think at this point now Lawrence might be content to let the clock run out. They'll have to run one more play. We have about 10 seconds left on the play clock and 18 to go in the half. And here's Garcia. He's forward and still short of the first down. And the clock stopped, and now here it goes again. And that will bring us to the end of the half. And Lawrence was able to get a timeout in before the end of the half, so they'll have time for one more play as we're at 3.9 seconds to go. And that was the last time out of the half for Lawrence, so we'll see what they decide to do. 4 wide here for Lawrence. This will be the, I should say, be the last play of the half as Jackson will heave it, and he's got a man open, but it is batted down. So that will end the half. So Olathe North heads into the locker room with a 21-0 commanding lead over Lawrence, and Olathe North will start the second half with the ball. I'm Adam Drovetta. This is 810 Varsity's high school football coverage, and we will be back for the second half in a few moments.
I want
You're one. I'm one.
I want one.
You're one. I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
You're one. I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm one.
Yeah, let's do it. Welcome back into Olathe District Activity Center on 810varsity.com. There we go. I had some video difficulties. I think you guys could hear me there, but the video was a little off. But we're back live here at Olathe District Activity Center. I am joined by John Lane and Josh Chase. Olathe North leading 21-0, and they will receive the second half kickoff. So we'll see what they have in store here A very uneventful first quarter, and about half of the second quarter, there was not much going, and then North really kicked it on offensively and scored 3 touchdowns in the final 7 minutes of the second quarter to go up 21-0. Over on the game that means quite a bit to this one, Blue Valley leads Olathe South 21-14. The winner of that will play the winner of this in the next round of the Kansas 6A playoffs. So we'll see what Lawrence has in store here. They have not kicked off yet tonight. Not sure if in this kind of relatively desperate situation they'll go for an onside. Look, we'll see what they come out with. I think they're going onside. And they will send it long. It looked like the Ross Brungart was kind of in a funny position there for the kick. And now, here comes returning it across the 50 is Demond Sanchez. Sanchez is still on his feet. He's down the sideline. He's got blockers. And he stepped out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Terrific return by Demond Sanchez. But there is a flag, so it will be negated. So all for naught. That will be a hold on Olathe North. So an exciting start to the second half, but it was negated by a hold. So back things up, and it will be the Olathe North offense coming back on the field. They had a terrific end to the first half. We'll see if they continue that momentum here as we begin the second half of play. And they will start at the, not sure where they're marking it. It's like back inside the 15 to, looks like the 13 or 14-yard line. So that hold wound up costing Olathe North a lot. Zach Kraus now in at quarterback for the Eagles. First and 10 here coming for Olathe North as Kraus looks to the Olathe North sideline for the signal and readies himself for the shotgun snap. And he will keep it himself and head to the right, kind of cut to the middle there. And he gets forward for about 3 yards. Up to the 16-yard line. So second down and 7 here coming for the Eagles. Bruce and Sanchez now back in the backfield. Bruce is going to take the snap, and he will hand it off there to Sanchez. Sanchez still on his feet, and Demond Sanchez has a first down up to the 25-yard line. First and 10 here coming for the Eagles from the 25-yard line. Bruce and Sanchez still in the backfield. So Zach Kraus, the normal quarterback for North, has only gotten a few snaps. It's mainly been Sanchez and Arlen Bruce, and why not? It's been working. And Bruce now cuts back left, and he'll get forward for about 4 yards up to the 29-yard line, brings up 2nd and 6 here coming for the Eagles. And Bruce will keep it himself after faking the handoff. Doesn't look like he got any. May have even lost a little bit. So that brings up third down and about 6 to go as we go under 10 minutes in the third quarter. A lot of no-huddle air attack earlier this year for Olathe North, but now they've kept with the no-huddle, but it's been a lot more running as we've gotten later into the season, and that was a lot the case last week against Blue Valley West, and certainly the case here against Lawrence, as Sanchez takes the snap, and he'll get forward. Looks like he's going to be short by about 2 yards. He's to the 33-yard line, so 4th and about 2 to go here for Olathe North. And that looks like they'll be forced to punt.
Number 5 is going back deep.
Mason Myers in. He has been known to play some quarterback for Olathe North, but he's also their punter.
Going back deep. Now he's going. Hurry up.
And Myers sends a booming punt. Good punt by Mason Myers. And it keeps on rolling down to the 11 or 12-yard line. Terrific punt by Mason Myers, the Olathe North junior. And that sets it at about the 12-yard line where Lawrence will begin their first drive of the second half.
Personnel. On the left hash, it's taking trips to the field.
And this is a very important drive. It would be big for the Lions if they're able to start their second half with a score and get back within a pair of touchdowns. Right now they're down 21-0. As Dante Jackson takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Garcia. Garcia up the middle, forward for maybe just 1 or 2. Brings up second down.
Hurry up off it. Watch the inside zone or watch Vito.
Trips wide to the right here for Lawrence, 1 wide to the near side.
Start. False start.
And Garcia keeps it himself and gets forward to the 20 to bring up 3rd and about 2. No huddle coming for Lawrence. Garcia once again takes it. Garcia up the middle, and he'll get a first down.
41 just got pancaked.
28-yard line is where Garcia was able to get to, and that brings up a 1st and 10. So a fresh set of downs here for Lawrence.
There it is.
And Jackson keeps it himself. This time he's to the right and cuts it back. Maybe got a pair of yards there up to the 30-yard line.
Hurry up. Hurry up. Pass here.
Trips wide to the left for Dante Jackson. And now a man goes in motion as Garcia takes the handoff. He gets up the middle and pummels his way for a first down. And it looks like they'll spot it at the 39-yard line. Checked at the 38, but it does bring up first down.
Seven's coming. There it is.
Garcia up the middle again, and he maybe gets a yard or 2 out of that. On the other side of the 40, not quite to the 41. Rediger got the tackle. He's had several tackles tonight, so he's done great up front for the Olathe North defense. And now Lawrence looks at 2nd and about 8 to go. Jackson keeps it himself, and he is in the backfield and will be unable to escape and maybe even lost a yard. So that brings up 3rd and 9 for Lawrence. A very crucial 3rd down here coming for the Lions.
Watch play action slant. Watch play action slant. Watch play action slant. There it is.
And they'll fake the handoff. Jackson sends it long, and that is caught! And that is down for a first down. I believe Ecal Boydo was there on the catch. So Lawrence now deep into Olathe North territory inside the 25 to the 23. And Jackson keeps it himself, and he's met in the backfield. Looked like Crawford got in there for the stop and a loss of about 5, bringing up 2nd and 15. So Crawford had that one read all the way.
Watch the ball, watch the pass. Watch the freeze.
And Jackson will once again keep it himself. He's up the middle. There is a flag down. Looks like there could have been a hold. A gain of about 4 or 5 by Jackson, but I believe it will be negated. There's a penalty flag down. And in that territory, you kind of anticipate a hold. But we'll see what the call is. And with the direction they're walking, it looks like it may be, there's a face mask against Olathe North. So somebody grasped Jackson's face mask, and that will be 15 yards and an automatic first down. So a big break there for Lawrence after they lost a few yards on first down. Looked like they had 3rd and long coming, but now they look at first down from the 11-yard line. Jackson will look to pass. He's got a fade route, and that is incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Jalen Dudley. So fade route to the end zone comes up empty, and we have 2nd and 10 from the 12 here coming for Lawrence.
I think the same signal again. I think it's the same play.
Garcia goes up the middle, and he is brought down there after a gain of a couple. Ryan Huck in on the tackle, and that gets Lawrence forward to the 9. So a 3-yard gain brings up 3rd and 7. And down 21-0, you'd have to think this is 4-down territory. A field goal would not do much for the Lions. And Garcia gets forward, still churning those legs. He's inside the 5. This will be 4th down to about the 4-yard line. Maybe the 3, so 4th and 1. Big play here coming for the Lawrence offense. Handoff goes to Garcia. Garcia's forward into the end zone for a touchdown. So Lawrence is on the board after a 3-yard touchdown run by Garcia. Angel Garcia gets his first score of the night. And back for the extra point is Ross Brungart. And that extra point attempt is up and good. So 21-7. So Lawrence really needed a score there on their first drive of the second half, and they got one on the Angel Garcia 3-yard touchdown run, and that makes it 21-7 with 4:50 left here in the second or the third quarter. And so now we've got a tighter ball game. And that is something that the Lions really, really needed.
A lot of time in that huddle. A lot of time in that huddle for them. Watch the onside.
We'll get a quick score update for you. Blue Valley still leads Olathe South 21-14. Elsewhere in 6A, Shawnee Mission East beating Olathe Northwest 28-10, and Olathe East up on Blue Valley North 23-14. That all going on the east side of the state. Lawrence Free State up 27-0 on Junction City. And elsewhere out west, Derby and Manhattan are tied at 14, and Wichita Northwest leading Hayesville campus 50-10 as Brungart readies himself for a kickoff. And a little short kick and a fair catch called for, and it's bobbled and dropped, and Lawrence recover that. And it looks like Lawrence did recover, so a huge play. Fair catch was called for, but it was muffed and dropped, and Lawrence recovers at the 35, 34-yard line. So they have the ball back with terrific field position. First turnover of the game. Three wide to the left side and one wide to the right. Dante Jackson readies himself, and he is looking to pass, but a flag down. Looks like it'll be a false start against the Lions. Not the way you wanted to start this drive after such a great turn of momentum after the touchdown and recovered kick. But that brings up 1st and 15 from the 39-yard line for Lawrence. A little more of a bunch formation with one way wide to the near side. And Jackson will fake the handoff, and he's got a man open, and that is bobbled but brought in. And no, now the ref's saying incomplete. It was intended for Boydo, and that will bring up 2nd and 15. Boydo had it, kind of bobbled it, looked like he brought it back in, but fell to the ground, and the official saying he did not maintain possession, so the pass falls harmlessly incomplete. 2nd down here coming for Lawrence from the 39-yard line. Handoff there will go to Garcia, and he gets forward maybe for about 4 yards. Now 3 yards, I think, is what they will give him ultimately, so to the 36, and that brings up 3rd and 12. Crucial 3rd down play. Jackson looking long, and he has got a man, and that is tipped away in the end zone. Looked like Stoker was in. Devin Stoker got the tip, so good coverage there by Devin Stoker, and that brings up 4th and long here for Lawrence. You'd really, if you're Lawrence, you'd hate to miss out on an opportunity like this. After scoring, they recovered a muffed kickoff. So we'll kind of see what they choose to do. They're kind of in no man's land, might be too close to punt. You are giving them about 16 yards of field position or so if it were a touchback, but they are going for it. Jackson looking to pass, and he's got a man, but it's picked off. No, dropped. Nearly picked off by Joey Rudolph. Falls incomplete, and Lawrence has a man down. Boydo is down, and he's holding his leg. Olathe North will take over after the turnover on downs. They'll take over from their own 36, and Boydo is down on the ground. Joey Rudolph looked like if he would have been able to reel in that interception, he might have had a lot of green open for him, perhaps for a pick 6, but it did fall incomplete. And now we're looking at Ecal Boydo. We hope he's all right. He's down near the 20. He's surrounded by Lawrence High trainers. So we'll see what happens here. We do hope he's all right. Don't want it to be anything too serious. Dante Jackson is still out there on the field with his teammate. No doubt giving him some encouragement. Boydo and Jackson, both seniors for this Lawrence High football team. And Boydow's helmet is off, and he is being helped to the side of the field. So this will be a long walk, and he's not putting much weight at all on his left leg. So that is not what you want to see. We wish the best for ECal Boydo. So Olathe North will start here. 1st and 10 from the 36. Bruce and Sanchez in the backfield as they have been for most of the night. And back to football as first down from the 36-yard line coming from Olathe North. A big break for the Eagles after the muffed kickoff gave Lawrence great field position. The Lions were unable to do anything with it. And snap will go to Sanchez. He'll keep it himself to the right side. A lot of Lions, but he breaks out and gets around further to the right side and maybe got 7 yards out of that. Up to the 42-yard line, so a 6-yard gain brings up 2nd and 4 now for Olathe North. Bruce will take the shotgun snap as he looks back to the sideline for the signal. No huddle going for Olathe North, but they are taking their time with a 21-7 lead late in the third quarter. And handoff goes to Sanchez, a little reverse action. Sanchez met in the backfield, and he'll lose a yard. Back to the 41-yard line, brings up 3rd and 5. This will be a big stop here for Lawrence if they're able to force a 3 and out and get their offense back on the field. And Bruce keeps it, and he falls forward. I think he'll be short. 4th and 1 now coming for Olathe North. Bruce was able to get to the 45-yard line, a gain of 4, but they needed 5, so we'll see what Olathe North elects to do. Mason Myers is back, and we'll see if they choose to punt. And now Myers backs up in punt formation, and he will send it away. Long punt, and it's bouncing high, and that's going to be a terrific punt and roll inside the 10. Lawrence will have to start at the 9-yard line. Another terrific punt. Mason Myers has only needed to punt twice so far tonight for Olathe North, but both of them have been terrific.
All right, number 5 is out, coach, so that's a big play. Big play that just came out.
So 21-7 now. Olathe North leads.
Okay, they're still trying to play clock. Here we go. Let's see what personnel they got in. 7 is in. 80 is in. A new receiver looks like it's going to be 18. Number 5 is not in the game.
So here comes Dante Jackson
Nasty trips.
and the Lawrence offense. They'll look to get things going as Garcia takes that handoff inside and gets forward to about the 11, so gain of only 2. Blue Valley has extended their lead on Olathe South. They're up 28-14. The winner of that one, as I mentioned, will play the winner of this one. And here's a 2nd and 8 coming from the 11-yard line as we near a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Jackson keeps it himself. He's up the middle. He's in to open it field, and he is going to score. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Dante Jackson with an 89-yard touchdown run for the Lawrence Lions, and the Lions are inside one score in the third quarter. So Brungart coming in to put this game within 7. And he does just that. So 21-14. What a turn of events. So you really thought the momentum shifted after Olathe North muffed the kickoff, but North was able to kind of stem that tide. But then after the Mason Myers punt pinned Lawrence deep, on 2nd and 8 from the 11-yard line, Dante Jackson shot out for an 89-yard touchdown run. And with 1:26 to go in the third, it's a one-score game. Lawrence did lead Blue Valley Northwest for all actually of last week's game, and they had a commanding lead. Blue Valley Northwest chiseled back, and Lawrence only wound up winning by a point. So kind of on the opposite end of that tonight, as Ross Brungart readies himself for the kickoff. So this will be a very important offensive drive for Olathe North, and conversely, a very important defensive drive for Lawrence. Little squib kick from Brungart, and he muffed that one. Surprised Stoker didn't just let it roll out of bounds. And that will be not great field position. Looks like Olathe North will have to start from their own 16. And, I mean, it was a difficult position for Stoker to be in, because if you kind of let it keep rolling, well, you got Lawrence defenders coming after you and have the chance to recover it, and there's no guarantee that it was going to go out of bounds. So it was a tough spot for Stoker to be in. Ultimately, he did recover it, and Olathe North will have to start from their own 16-yard line. Sanchez and Bruce in the backfield. Bruce will take the shotgun snap and keep it himself. Gets up the middle to the 20, so that will bring up 2nd and 6 to go here for Olathe North as we approach the 1-minute mark in the third quarter. Sanchez takes that one. He cuts left and is now able to head up a little bit. Not sure he had enough for the first down. He needed the 26. Looked like he got the 25. So third and, well, it'll either be a long one or a short two. Take your pick. Nonetheless, a third down coming here for Olathe North. Bruce takes the shotgun snap, and he now cuts up the middle. Looks like he has enough for a first down to the 27-yard line. So big first down pickup there for the Eagles. Under 10 here to go on the play clock. And Bruce takes the handoff, or the snap, and he'll hand it off to Sanchez. Sanchez still on his feet, dragging defenders with him up to the 40-yard line, and that should be the last play of the third quarter. We'll see if Olathe North chooses to run another play. And from the looks of things, they're content to let the clock run out and bring the end of the third quarter. So a big third quarter for Lawrence. They score 14 points to make it 21-14 as we head into the final quarter of play We're going to take a quick break. I am Adam Dravetta, and this is high school football coverage on 810varsity.com. Welcome back into Olathe District Activity Center. I'm Adam Dravetta, joined by Josh Chase and John Lane. Olathe North leads Lawrence 21-14, and looks like Sanchez will take that. Sanchez gets 5 yards. Want to make a quick note, Blue Valley kind of opening things up against Olathe South 35-14. So it looks like they should move on unless Olathe South able to stage an incredible comeback. Blue Valley will move on to meet the winner of this game that is still very much in doubt. Olathe North was up 21-0, but the Lions have come roaring back to make it 21-14. And Bruce will hand it off to Sanchez. Sanchez up the middle, and Sanchez is going to score. He's at the 20, 10-5, Damon Sanchez with his second touchdown of the night. So that brings it back to a 2-score game, and you really got the feeling Olathe North needed that because Lawrence had a lot of the momentum. And here comes Jacob Large to try to tack on the extra point, and he will do just that. And so with 11-12 left in the game, Olathe North extends their lead to 28-14 on a touchdown run by Damon Sanchez. And that was the first score of the second half by Olathe North. Their offense really struggled, and credit the Lawrence defense in the third quarter. And also worth noting that there was a turnover in there as well. So Lawrence had a lot to do with why Olathe North was off the board in the third quarter, but they're back in the end zone early in the fourth, and that's a big, big pickup for the Eagles. Large sends it. And that is picked up at about the 25 forward to about the 32, where Lawrence will start. We're just over 11 minutes to go in the game. Lawrence is down 28-14. And you almost get the feeling Lawrence, you think they obviously want to score. I'm not sure if they need to. Both these teams kind of run these no-huddle, hurry-up offenses, but this is as crucial of a drive as Lawrence has had in this game. And Jackson is joined by Garcia in the backfield. Jackson fakes the handoff and keeps it himself, and he is brought down in the backfield. Lost 5, so that brings up 2nd and 15, back to the 27-yard line.
Watch it again. Watch that counter. Watch the freeze and then watch the counter again. Cross nasty trips.
Garcia takes the handoff right up toward the inside and gained maybe a yard. Not sure he gained anything. So that brings up 3rd and 15. There's a false start on Lawrence, so that will back him up another 5 yards, brings up 3rd and 20. And Lawrence has 4 receivers wide, two kind of tucked in close, but still lined up wide. Jackson looks to pass and now throws it long, and may have been some miscommunication, but he vastly overthrew Jalen Dudley, and that brings up 4th and 20, and Lawrence will be forced to punt as Damon Sanchez comes in on the return for Olathe North. So a very big stop there by the North defense after the offense was able to spread out this lead to 28-14. Looks like North will have a chance to get the ball back and perhaps put this game out of reach. And there's the punt. High punt. Will be returnable for Sanchez. He got a hand on it but muffed it, and now able to fall back on it. And North will take over. Sanchez got his right paw on that one, and it just fell in front of him, and he had to dive back on it. And that will start Olathe North's offense at the 37-yard line. With 9:25 left, Olathe North in commanding position with a 28-14 lead. Zach Krause in at quarterback, and he will look to pass. And he's got Sanchez, but underthrew him. Damon Sanchez had a step or two on his man, but Krause just underthrew him. And that brings up 2nd and 10. Blue Valley still leading Olathe South 35-14, so can probably pencil them in for the next round. And Olathe North would love to have the opportunity to meet the Tigers, but first they have to close this one out as we're at 9:19 left. North leading 28-14. Arlen Bruce the fourth comes forward, and it looks like he's got enough for a first down. He might have been just shy. So 3rd and 1 here coming for the Eagles. Sanchez and Bruce still in the backfield. We've got under 10 seconds to go on the play clock. North will milk every second that they can as Sanchez takes the snap, and he gets to the right side across midfield, and down the sideline goes Damon Sanchez. Touchdown, Olathe North. And that should come close to putting this one out of reach. Sanchez with his third touchdown of the night. .8:28 to go in the game, and it's 34-14 Eagles as Large comes in to tack on the extra point. And that one is good, so 35-14. So in the third quarter, it really looked like Lawrence was making things interesting, but a pair of Damon Sanchez touchdowns here in the fourth have made it a 21-point lead once again for the Eagles. They're up 35-14 with 8:28 to go in the game. Do want to make a quick note that if North is able to close this one out and if Blue Valley is able to hold on to their 35-14 lead, that game will take place at Blue Valley next week, as Blue Valley is the 2 seed in the East and North the 3. And Jacob Large sends a kickoff short. That's taken at the 25 forward to about the 36, and that's where Lawrence will start their next offensive drive. And the Lions really need to hustle up if they're going to have any sort of chance to spark a miraculous comeback. Trips wide to the right, and Garcia will take that one up the middle. He's still on his feet, and Garcia will get forward for about 12 for a first down to the 48-yard line. Looked like another false start here on Lawrence, so that'll back it up to 1st and 15 from the 43-yard line.
All right, here we go. You're signaling trips.
We're under the 8-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Olathe North leads 35-14. Trips wide to the right, one wide to the left. Jackson takes the snap. He is looking. He throws, and that is caught. And that was caught by Dudley. And Dudley was able to get out of bounds and gain about 6 yards to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 49-yard line. No huddle coming here for Lawrence. Trips wide, man in motion. Garcia will take that one up the middle. He's past midfield, but he fumbled. And Olathe North recovers the fumble. And that might be the dagger. 35-14. Olathe North leads, and they just recovered an Angel Garcia fumble, and they will take over at midfield. 7:37 to go in the game. And if Olathe North is able to just kind of take care of business, they will move on to the sectionals. Sanchez takes the shotgun snap, and he wants to stay in bounds, slides, and is able to stay in bounds, and he gained about 3.
Bear front, slide to the string.
Bruce will hand it off there to Sanchez, and Sanchez gets forward inside the 40, plenty enough for a first down, and we're inside 7 minutes to go in the game. That gets it to the 37-yard line. So pickup of about 10 there by Sanchez. High snap taken by Bruce. He'll take it himself and stays in bounds. Gets forward for 2 or 3 yards to the 35-yard line. And the Eagles will let that clock roll. Now we'll be under 6 minutes to go, likely when this next snap occurs. Bruce will fake the handoff to Sanchez, keep it himself, and he is inside the 30, still on his feet. And he looks like he has enough for a first down to the 26-yard line. Gained about 9, needed 8. Sanchez will take this snap on 1st and 10 from the 26. Sanchez to the right, cuts back forward, still on his feet, broke a tackle inside the 20. And there was a flag. And that was a block in the back on Olathe North, so that will back it up. So they'll get another crack at first down, but it will be further back. First and about 18 coming. And this one will take it under 5 minutes. So North just wanting to milk as much clock as they possibly can with a 21-point lead. Bruce takes that one right up the middle. Cut back, maybe got a yard. Second and 16 coming here as we're under 4.5 to go. So Olathe North will move on. Blue Valley still up. Olathe South was able to grab a touchdown, so it's 35-21 Blue Valley. As Sanchez takes that one up the middle, and 29-yard line is where Sanchez winds up. Beg your pardon, that's the 24-yard line. And that brings up third down here for Olathe North. They should be able to get this just under or right around 3.5 minutes. 3rd and 8 to go. Bruce keeps it himself. He's up the middle for a first down to the 13-yard line. High snap taken by Arlen Bruce. The fourth goes back up the middle, and looks like he got to the 9. So that brings up 2nd and about 6 as we are under 3 minutes to go in the game. This will take it under 2.5, so Olathe North will come away with the win. And Bruce trying to stay in bounds. Looks like he was able to. He was short of a first down, but brings up 3rd down, but that will bring it under 2 minutes to go. And that is more the concern of Olathe North right now. Blue Valley and Olathe South has not yet gone final, but the Tigers are leading the Falcons 35-21. Third and 2 to go from the 5 here for Olathe North. Bruce keeps it himself. He's forward, and it looked like he got enough for the first down. And if they did, Olathe North, well, Lawrence does have all 3 timeouts, so we'll see if they choose to use them. But with North up 35-14, you'd imagine they'll just be able to kneel it out. Zach Krause, senior quarterback for Olathe North, comes strolling back on the field. I beg your pardon, I called him a senior. He's just a junior. So this is a young Olathe North team. Sanchez a junior, Zach Krause a junior, Arlen Bruce just a freshman. And that will be a knee taken, and I'm not sure Lawrence, they will not call a timeout. And we're under a minute to go, so looks like Olathe North may just need to take 2 more knees. And this one will be officially in the books. And the Eagles will likely set up a date in the next round with the Blue Valley Tigers. Again, that game has not gone final yet, but Tigers lead it late 35-21. So as we wind down, I want to give my thanks again to Josh Chase and John Lane for all of their help tonight. And it will be one more kneel of the ball for Olathe North, and that will do it. North moves on to the sectional round of the playoffs. Again, a likely date against Blue Valley, but that is not gone official yet. Blue Valley was leading Olathe South 35-21 late in that game, but that one has not gone final yet. This one has gone final as Olathe North grabs their 7th win of the season. They moved to 7-3. More importantly, they're moving on in the playoffs. 35-14 is your final after a commanding 4th quarter for North puts things away. So Olathe North will move on in the playoffs. We thank you so much for joining us. Have a terrific weekend. I am Adam Dravetta. This has been a presentation of 810varsity.com. You can get live gamecasts, scores, and updates and recaps on 810varsity.com throughout football, basketball, all these high school football seasons. Nobody has you covered like 810varsity.com. Thanks again for joining us. Your final score, once again, Olathe North 35, Lawrence 14.